In this episode of Man vs. Marriage, it's special guest Saturday. And you guessed it by the title. It is Moran Brothers talking life, talking marriage, and talking great crap. Because that's what we do. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to another episode of Man vs. Marriage. It is I, your humble servant, the Q Dog, a.k.a. the Q Diggity Dog, here in the Moran family studio with a special guest, and I will bring him to the stage now. He's none other than my brother, Josh Moran. Josh Moran, welcome to the program.
What's up? Since you're a servant, can you get me some coffee?
Yeah, come on over. I'll make you some coffee.
We've got an 11-year-old dog now, and if anybody out there listening, one or two people that'll hear this, if that's a joke.
I think it was a dig, not a joke, but it may be true.
I think it was just a joke, but sounded like a dig. But so if anybody out there would like to take an 11-year-old dog from me and my wife that can actually give it the special care it needs, DM me.
Yep. We'll put Josh's contact information, his home address, phone number, and social security number up at the end of the program. So get your pens and pencils ready. But before we do that,
credit score, so
that's good. It's taken us a long time to get there, but we made it. But before we do that, we want to make sure that you know all about how to contact Man vs. Marriage. Use the email. It's Quincy at mvsmpodcast.com. Thank you to those of you using the email and working hard to make yourself the best version of you possible. And then make sure you go on over to quincymoran.com, where you can see all the brands that Quincy and Jeannie are putting together to impact culture in a positive way. Teaching men to be men, women to be women, husbands and wives, loving one another, building families, and positively impacting culture the best way we can. So go check that out. Now, as we get started here, Josh, why don't you tell the people in whatever format you like who you are and what you do?
You pretty much already told them who I am. What I do is I go to a 9-to-5 job. Well, it's 7:30 to 4. But, what do you mean, what do I do? Is that like in leisure time, or I like to go on walks on the beach?
Yeah, I'm actually going to put you in the solo format. There you are.
You literally already announced to me.
I did.
I'm Josh Moran. It says it down there in the bottom
cool guy.
left. If you're in the mirror, it'll be in the right-hand corner. I've been married going on 10 years this September. Not always the funnest thing, but it's worth it.
It is worth it.
I like to play NCAA 2026 in the 12 minutes of spare time I have.
Yeah, and the fact is that you roasted me twice on that game, and it was embarrassing, and I'm glad the public wasn't there.
I roasted you, and then I played people, and I chose the lowest tier of skill level, and I got roasted.
Well, yeah, but that might be like those men's softball teams that are all elite performers, and they just sandbag so they get in the lowest league.
It's a bunch of losers that don't have lives that get to play video games all day long. That's what it is. And if anybody out there is listening, I'm talking to you if you're one of them.
And they may not be upset because they get to play video games all day, and they're probably compensated for that, so it's not bad.
Or they live with their mother.
That's true, and that is not fun. That is not fun. So as we get started today, Josh Moran, in a minute I'll ask you, just to give us the background on who you are and where you've been and where you've come from in this life. But I want you guys to know, and I'm going to share the screen here, Josh and I used to, in our former life, we had a world-renowned weight loss channel on YouTube.
You're about to show how skinny I used to be and how fat I am now. Thanks.
No, I was just going to show them the channel. I'm going to put it in the show
Oh,
notes of the audio,
okay,
and
yeah. So
I
they
want
can go
them to
see how
see it.
skinny I was for themselves.
They can, and 35,000 people plus have done that in the past. I got to say, dude, we were just a little bit ahead of our time, but I don't know, it was pretty cool. And if I can figure out how to get multiple screens up here, it'd be good.
Haven't you been using this software for like a year?
There's been upgrades,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
so that's a real thing, actually. All right, here we go.
Blame it on the upgrades.
See, can you see the screen?
Yes.
We hope you can. I'm gonna put this out for everybody to see.
He's taking his opportunity right now.
We
I
are
can't hear that. So,
Alabama. No?
no, I can hear you, which,
Okay, well that's not good. I put the you have to click that, deal to put yourself up there where people can hear the audio. So I did that.
yes. Yes, you did.
Okay. Share screen. Okay. And then we're going to go to a Chrome tab. This is going to be it. Also share the audio. Share. All right.
Chrome is an
let's see.
internet browser for those of you who have no idea.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
We are Alabama.
They haven't beat us much since then.
By A.J. McCarron.
I'm AJ McCarron, and I approve any message by AJ McCarron.
You really
That's
gonna do this?
AJ
to me?
McCarron.
You gonna do that to me?
That's AJ McCarron.
Let's see.
I am AJ McCarron. We all got AJ inside of us. Do you?
There's an A.J. inside of us all. When you look for championships, find A.J. McCarron. I'm Chuck Norris, and I approve this message.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get me hung?
No, why?
This is a man versus marriage podcast, and you did a video with my ex-girlfriend in it.
Nobody knew that until you said something.
She knows what she looks like.
Who's she? Nobody
My
knows.
wife.
This is
She watches this show sometimes.
Oh, this is comedy. Well, I hate that you brought it up.
Melly, you can kill Quincy for that.
No death. I was merely showing a funny video.
I
So that's
will
kind of
not-
the brand.
I will not talk shit about her. I will tell you what I think about her behind closed doors for the simple fact of if she might watch this, I don't want to hurt feelings.
No, I mean, life speaks itself. You found a great woman, and you are married, and you are happy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Life
you can
is good.
backtrack all you want to. So why don't we put a video with you and your ex-girlfriend and let Jeannie watch it?
Okay, I'll see what I can find. Although
Yeah.
I don't have any videos of that. I got
I'm
some
just-
pictures,
That's not good.
not those kind of pictures. So that's a brand of what you'll find over at the Moran Brothers, and we had a great time. And one of the coolest things about the entire program is that we filmed it when the kids were younger, and so we get a glimpse of who they used to be and how small they were, and
And how cute and nice they used to be.
yeah, and we still have some that are. And the other night after I got done listening to that Dynasty podcast, I reshared it with AJ and told him to never forget that video. So hopefully he watches it again and has a good time. So
I think we've shared that with AJ a few times.
we have. Did he ever like it or never?
Nah, he's too cool.
He was probably too busy then, but he can like it now. But go over there and check that out. It's a lot of fun. Don't let Josh fool you.
One of us has kept up our end of the bargain.
Oh, stop. Don't let Josh fool you, though. He did an outstanding job. He won the suit, and we had a bet going on, and he won the suit, and I couldn't be more proud of him. This is where he's at in the journey of life, and we all have our path to walk. So no problem, dude.
I look like I took a big bong rip too, and I don't do that anymore. So thanks, Lexi.
I think what?
Bong rip?
Bong grip. Bong Rip. I got it.
Yeah, Bong Rip.
Well, for those of you that are watching the program live, feel free to comment below. We'll share your comment if it's awesome.
This show's rated R today, so if you're used to PG, sorry.
No, there's an E for explicit because my wife is traditionally on the show and she does not pull any punches.
Okay, well, I don't know what to say the word shit then.
It happens. It doesn't happen on this side of the microphone, but it does on the other, and that's okay.
I ain't gonna say that.
So, Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about, your testimony, where you're from, what life was like growing up, and how you got to where you are. You can give us the cliff notes, the details. The floor is yours.
It's gonna definitely be the cliff notes because I thought this was about marriage.
It is. It is about marriage. I've even got a 5-question survey coming up called "What's Up, Dude?" I prepared it for the show.
Yeah, I like Q&A.
Yeah, that's coming.
But not long form, explain away your whole life type stuff. But we'll try. We grew up in Alabama. I'll start there. I was born at Princeton Hospital in Birmingham. It's probably a crap hole, and it probably was then. Lived in Alabama for 3 years, and our parents, I hope Dad's not watching, but they did us the favor of getting divorced and moving across the country from each other. So I'm sure that has not, caused any issues with either of us.
Not at all.
Didn't bother me at all. So then I lived out there until I was about 11, being a mama's boy, and wanted to be around my dad. Moved out to Alabama to be around Dad, and got to see some of him. We'll say he did his best. He did his best with what he could. Fast forward after that, after I got out of school, I was kind of sheltered, so I kind of went off. I went off the rails and went to party mode with my best friend and my circle of group of friends, which a bunch of us are still close.
I love that. I love it.
Some of them died, but that's their fault. But after that, got tired of ballooning up to like 450 pounds and moved to California to try to change it up. And then we did our little whoop-de-doo thing you had just mentioned there. Go to the page and check it out if you want more details, because I'm not going to explain the whole thing. Lost all the weight because I wanted to get married, find a woman. That happened. Found a woman, a good woman, got married, gained all the weight back, slowly but surely. Had issues in 2019 with congestive heart failure. Doctors wanted to put me on a bunch of meds. I didn't do that, and I slowly lost probably about 100 pounds since then. And I'm hovering around 320 right now, and that's the cliff notes.
Yeah.
If you want details, you can ask me questions.
Ask me questions. How about that?
Yeah.
What I would have to do is commend you because of where you came from and what you have made of yourself. I'm extremely proud of you. Like you say, the party era was there. It was real.
I ain't gonna say it wasn't fun though. Some of it.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't fun, people wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you wanted better for yourself, and you overcame. I mean, there's another part of your life you left out of there, and I won't talk about. But you overcame some extreme adversity that you kind of caused on yourself. But you look fast forward. I mean, there were times where you were sleeping on people's couches. One of them was mine. And you fast forward almost 10 years, and your life looks completely different. And so there's a lot to be proud of there. And I don't know if you want to share, any of what you went through and the battle, the battles that you have faced.
With what?
Your past, your drug past, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, see, I call that the party phase.
Okay, the party phase.
Basically, the party phase turned into the not fun party phase. So you're on the slope, right? When you start. And then you get to the pinnacle and you're like, hell yeah, this is fucking fun, dude. Woo, yeah, woo. And then you get hooked on stuff and you start coming down the slope, right? And you're dependent on these things. And then you get into a really dark area and it becomes oh shit, man, I need this stuff to live. And so basically, that's where we ended up. Me and my friends. I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are if they listen to this. But not like a lot of the people that we were in that group with. We got out of it, and it's part of my past. I would trade it if I could. That part. I wouldn't trade the fun part, but I would trade that part. I don't know. A lot of people say I wouldn't trade anything if I could do it over again. I'd probably trade that part. That part was pretty dark, but
Yeah.
that's not a fun place to be in. So I'm glad I'm out of that.
Well, the reason I kind of navigated for you to share that is because through our listenership there are people who struggle with that. It may not be drugs. It might be alcohol.
I'm struggling with food now.
Well, and as am I. And we both started that journey together, and we had some extreme highs and some extreme lows. And
I would like to point out you're always telling the people how proud you are of them, Quincy. You've kept the weight off. So what are you not proud of that?
And so, if I'm being completely honest, which I am,
you're always completely honest. So go ahead.
I never hit that 210 mark, and it's still.
Yeah, but you look great. So what the hell is the problem?
I appreciate that, but I wanted to accomplish something, and I didn't.
It has been how many? 13 years, and
15.
you haven't gotten fat again. Well, since we got to not since we started, but since we lost the weight. 13 years you've kept the weight off. Ask all these people on Ozempic how they've been able to do it.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I too have had my own struggles with, because my lowest on the Moran Brothers, my lowest I got down to was like 221, and then I went all the way back up to 286 for a while, and then
but you're hovering around 230 now.
Yeah, I'm close
weight,
to 230.
Dude. I would love to be 230.
And you will be. You will get there, because
I'm gonna get there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I know you, dude. You're gonna get there. You are.
Back to your point. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, back to the point is that whatever it is that you have been through, and that's what Jeannie and I do on the show, is we kind of use our journey to encourage people that if you're willing to, then you can overcome these things. And you can look back at what you have been through and realize, that you have what it takes to overcome that adversity. And that's one of the things that we talked about in Moran Brothers. And we'll get to the hey dude or what's up dude here in a minute. But one of the things we talked about in Moran Brothers, is how difficult, coming out of drug addiction was, but how much more difficult is the eating, the addiction to food that we suffer from. Because you don't need the drugs you were taking to live. You do need food to survive.
Yeah.
And, so that it's one of those things too, that if you're struggling, it's obvious to people. And so if you're not careful, there's a layer of shame that can come along with it that I work hard just to totally reject and say, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm going to let it be what it is. It's not always going to be what it is as long as I continue to move down the path. So I know what you have in you. I know what you're capable of. Yes, you have some challenges, as far as your heart goes or whatever, but
the heart's fine now. I think I've done pretty good with that. We eat pretty healthy. It's just doing it every day.
Yeah. With anything, it's consistency.
But I will build on what you said. Unless you live in California and smoke weed, you can't drive around the street and get your drug everywhere, 1,400 places while you're driving.
That's right.
So, with food, where I live, there is literally probably 1,000 restaurants within probably 10 miles.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just ridiculous.
Well, also, it's legal to keep hordes of it in your cabinets, in your refrigerator, in your freezer.
Yeah. It's legal to just balloon up and go to the doctor and have them pump you full of medications and keep you alive too.
Yeah, that's one of those things where the more, notwithstanding the shots, but the more medication it seems you can be on, the better for some people.
Them shots are. You'd be surprised probably how many people you know that's on them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. I had look. I used.
I ain't naming names. I just. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, if people are choosing to do that, I had the lap band put in and then had the lap band put out or taken out. But I thought that's where I needed to go, and it wasn't until, after a friend of mine helped me nullify the benefit of the lap band, and I was able to, to move it along. But there was also having you as somebody to challenge me, somebody to compete with. Week in and week out was very helpful as well, and having somebody to share that particular struggle with was good too. And we had some really cool videos. I wish I'd have known something about microphones and whatnot, because that cheaters video with Jeremiah would have been so much funnier if the
That's
wind,
a good one. That's
the wind in the Antelope Valley wouldn't have just blown all the sound away. But we had one of the girls' boyfriends over here the other day, and I showed him the video. And before I went into the donut shop, I said, I told Josh to tell these people what we were going to do. And I think you just asked permission, but didn't tell them what we were going to do. And it was awesome. And then the display outside, that notoriously famous comment, that your hair looks like Jackie Moon. That's so good, dude.
That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it is. It's so funny. And then we have videos in there with Grandpa too, which is awesome. I think he beat you up one time with a golf club or something. And
yep, he did.
Then we had the kid haters and truck and fly. Just a lot of fun. Very entertaining. And
Steven Crowder stole my truck.
He did?
He does a guy that's just like him now. He even screams at his wife to get him beer in the room.
We're gonna have to write him an official letter. I'll have an attorney handle it.
It could just be happenstance, but that was like 13, 14 years ago, man.
We're gonna create a public outcry about this and get on his radar. And we're all in Texas. We'll go sit with him and talk about why he feels the need to steal our
talk to that phony
baloney.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the next era, or the next leg of this particular broadcast, which I think is something that'll be pretty fun.
The marriage part.
Well, we don't just do marriage, but we do other things, and I love having people on to talk about their journey, because our podcast is a journey based podcast, and you never know who is listening to what, and people from around the world will email us and say, here's what I'm going through. This episode helped me. And so
if they're from India, they go, here's what I'm going through.
Well, maybe if they're from India, but we actually have a listener that lives there. He's not from there.
They shake their head like this. Yes.
Let's go. Let me put you on solo so you can impersonate that again, because I think it's... Hold on. Give me a minute here. Solo layout.
Yes, we are going through this too much, yes. There you go.
All right, so let's get into this. This is a segment called What's Up, Dude? And I'm going to bring on... I've got to share the screen again, so heaven help me. There's no audio, which is really nice.
That's really loud. What is that? Is that someone... Was that a giant upstairs?
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. It's likely Kiki. So, here we go. This segment is called What's Up, Dude? It's a brand new segment, probably never to be done again. But I created it for Josh. And Josh, first thing is marriage is like. I've got a few multiple choice questions here. But if you need to go rogue, go rogue. So, number one, marriage is like A, a middle school drumline, B, a day at Disneyland in the rain, C, learning to use a two-man crosscut saw, or D, a Bob Ross masterpiece. What are your thoughts there?
I was going to say a roller coaster, but well, in the beginning, it's like a roller coaster. Pretty much ironed out now, so I guess it would be more like a racetrack. Is to go on as. Let me see. So middle school drumline, I don't quite understand that. Is it a bunch of horny teenagers banging on drums?
Well, I think like when you get married, you start out, kind of disorganized. You have an idea of what you want to do, and then you start trying to play drums together. and you're hitting
Oh.
puberty. Things are chaotic, and eventually, you get into the next phases through practice, through failure, through success, and then you're playing the drums.
So a day at Disneyland in the rain, is that like when you go to Disneyland and you're looking to hug like Mickey Mouse, and then he tries to touch you in your no-no parts?
I've never actually had that happen, nor have I witnessed it because I'd have killed a rat. But it's more like this. You go to Disneyland and it starts raining. You're like, oh, come on. The rain, really, on the day I go to Disneyland? But the more you stay at the park, the more you realize that there are other people who decided to leave. And so now you can utilize this, what you look at as a disadvantage to your advantage. Get on the rides faster. Enjoy yourself. You're just kind of soggy, but the experience is so great, you will never forget it.
All right. So what about, let's go to D, Bob Ross masterpiece. Does that mean like you both have poofy hair and everything's peachy, and you don't encounter any problems, and at the end it's just a masterpiece?
I think with Bob Ross, you start out with some ambiguity. Like a blank canvas, there's ambiguity. You don't really know what's going to be there. But as long as you keep talking through it, you keep on creating what you have in mind, eventually you blink your eyes 3 times and you have an incredible masterpiece.
All about perspective,
Yes, sir.
Because I'm seeing, it's like when you pull up the ink blotters, and I see butterfly and you see vagina or something. Like, so I was actually gonna say it's more like C, learning to use a one man, one woman cross cut saw, because I'm not gay.
I think it's a 2-mankind, but
We'll go with one man, one woman cross cut saw, because I'm not gay. And that's cool if you are and all, and you could use that vernacular. But so you start off and it's a little hard to get going, right?
Yep.
And you're learning your way through. But by the time you're halfway through the tree, you've done got a good
Rhythm.
back and forth motion and rhythm going, and you can just carry that all the way to the finish line.
That's right, and it does take.
And then the tree falls and you die.
It could happen.
No, you will die.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
Yes, by tree.
No, just that's the metaphor. Like at the end, you die.
I see. An ink blot.
Yes, but that's the one I would probably, because that's pretty much where we're at. It's rough. We still have one glaring issue. It's my fault, but we pretty much worked each other out. We know who each other are now, and we're pretty cohesive.
So you're in that particular phase where you finally got a rhythm, but now it starts to take endurance because your muscles are burning, your lungs are in pain because you're having to breathe. So you might have to slow down a little bit, acclimate to where you are, and then just continue to saw away.
Yeah, well, the issue is on the libido side on my part.
I got you.
From being fat and overweight, and hopefully we could get that. I'm going to get that taken care of, and that part can come back in. But we've got a good foundation, and I got a good woman, so
Yep.
We'll get through that.
Yeah, to your credit, your wife is an excellent human being, and we're gonna learn a little bit more about her in this particular episode because I've got some more questions. Let's move on to number 2.
Oh, number 2, forgot. That's another one.
Name a movie. Okay, and if you
Name
don't
a movie?
understand, yeah, I've got some movies for you to name here in a minute. But if you don't understand the artwork here to the right,
That's a samurai.
correct. This is a pirate. So this is exclusive to you and me because
That's
I
Jim
asked you.
Evans.
I asked you. It is Jim Evans. I asked you one time if you would be a cowboy, a pirate, or a samurai, and you chose the pirate. So I put that on there for you.
Remind me why? Is it because I steal shit from people or what?
I don't know. You're the one that tells people why you wanted to be the pirate, and I think it had something to do with booze and adventure.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it.
Or booty, or something of that nature.
It's probably they got good rum, so I'm probably assuming that's part of it. And
I think you did mention that last year.
Rum and gold.
Rum and gold. Blood and Treasure. Okay, name a movie that best describes how you met your wife.
Dang it. Let's see here.
That's a rough one, ain't it? That's Kiki.
Yeah, she's part of the podcast too. She must have. I guess she's a lesbian. She's talking about how she met her wife.
Beep beep. That determines her sexual connotations. I'm not sure.
You just asked, "How did you meet your wife?" and she just told you.
She gave 30 seconds timer, and you ran out of time, so she beeped you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Let's see. I don't know, cause I don't know. Let's see here.
I'll give you a minute to think. I'll talk about what I think a movie that best represents Jeannie and I.
Well, I mean, it's a rom-com.
Of course. I'm a sucker for a rom-com.
What's a movie where you meet and you eat at a diner?
It could happen to you.
Really?
Nicolas Cage?
Hey, that's it. Except I didn't win the lottery.
Not yet.
She won the lottery.
Yeah, that's right. Hey. So I was gonna say for me,
that's it.
For me and Jeannie, I was gonna say it was kind of a reverse method of Shallow Hal. I don't think she was very shallow. She just wasn't into big guys, and she actually saw me for who I was, as opposed to.
She holds her underwear up one time and be like, "This isn't his."
Probably not that part of the movie. So.
You remember that part of the movie?
I do indeed. And Tony Robbins also wasn't a part of our relationship, but I would say it there because she never dated a big guy, and then she kind of saw through. She looked past, my bulliancy into my personality and my genuineness, and she ended up marrying me, which I think is pretty awesome. So you're gonna say it could happen to you. I'm gonna say Shallow Hal.
Hang on, let me Google it. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what Wedding Days is.
That was just the first movie that kind of came to me, with a guy who eats at a diner.
Yeah, well, it was a little different than that. Our friends set us up and we ate. We ate, went on a double date with them and met at a diner. Crazy.
So blind date. There you go.
Blind date. Yeah, is that one?
I don't know, but it sounded good.
The laundry's done. Let's see here. Blind date movie.
Yeah, you are a good researcher.
There is a blind date movie with Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger. Oh, they got married for real.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna choose blind date, even though it's probably not anything like our relationship.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to go watch that and see. I'm not really seeing movies with couples. Yep, Blind Date, 1987.
Yeah.
Date Night, 2010 is pretty. That's a pretty funny one with Steve Carell and Tina Fey.
That's a good one, yeah.
And then they say Pulp Fiction. How does that qualify?
I don't know, unless you call John Travolta and that dude's wife going on a date when they were platonic.
That might be it.
Yeah, but that's not a real date. That's a take my wife out and keep her company, and then she overdoses on heroin, and then it gets crazy.
That's fair. I just got to tell you, I didn't see what all the hype was about that movie. I watched it.
Oh, that movie's awesome, dude.
I guess you're fortunate, though, that mine or your relationship, a movie does not, reflect, say, like Kill Bill. Because that could be a problem.
Also, what if it was like Natural Born Killers?
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty romantic movie if you get down in the weeds, but a lot of murder goes on by those two.
Well, that's a fact. Okay, now, let's look at the next version, which is name a movie that best describes your marriage.
Oh, these are hard.
I've got one. I tried my best not to think as I was making these questions because I didn't want to make it, easier for me in case you wanted me to answer.
These are hard.
But I can give you a movie while you're thinking.
Okay, yeah.
Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh, come on. That's low hanging fruit, dude.
Yep, kind of like me in the summertime.
That's funny. I don't really know, man. Let's see. What's the movie about cooking? Oh, wait, I know one. Hold up, hold up. What is that? Hang on.
What about that movie Sex Tape?
No.
They were in love, weren't they?
Yeah, but they made a porno.
I guess that's fair. That doesn't count.
Come on, man.
That's, I don't know.
Maybe Fools Rush In.
Oh, what a movie. That's an all-time classic, dude.
Yeah, it's a good one. Let's see. It wasn't a one night stand though. But we're not pregnant and all that. But she's Mexican
That's fair.
and stuff.
And you
That's
are...
why I did. That's why I googled it. I was like, Mexican movie.
Well, the other part of this is I think it would be a fun exercise, to sit around and do with your spouse. And I'm gonna do this with Jeannie and see what she thinks, because the questions are pretty cool. And I'd be interested to get their take, which we should have us all four on a podcast episode and do this very exercise.
Let's see. I'm looking for a movie with a Mexican woman and a ginger man, but I can't find any. I don't think there's too many ginger men out there, actors. Oh well.
There's a few.
I'll tell you what. There is a high number of ginger and Mexican couples out there. I don't know if anybody else has paid attention, but male,
Yeah.
female, male. Like there's a lot of them.
You've had two friends of yours come to the lake with that same makeup?
Yep. Ginger white.
It's like you gingers kind of attract each other.
Well, we're all fiery people, I think. Gingers are kind of loopy and crazy, and all Latinos are batshit crazy. So, they're sweet and they have a nasty side to them. So you got to be able to mess with that. You know what I mean?
I'm going to defer to you on that one, because I haven't dated a Latina.
Well, my wife's a good woman, but she'll kick your ass in a second.
I'm going to agree with that statement.
Yeah,
Wholeheartedly.
she will.
All right, so Fools Rush In, and
That's
it.
only because it's a Mexican and a white dude.
Okay. I think it's a great movie. Did her brothers come and take you out to the desert to shoot, and you fell on a cactus?
No, but we are going to Mexico next year to stay with her dad for a few days. There might be some cactus out there or some animals.
Oh, there you go. All right.
And she doesn't have any brothers, but she has a sister, and we've hung out with her. Does that the same thing?
Yep, that qualifies.
That's what I thought.
All right. Here's what's next. What's one thing you love and or admire about your wife?
She is very caring and loyal and sweet, except for like 4 days of the month. We'll throw that out there. Used to be a lot more because she struggled with her hormones early in our marriage. She was on birth control and stuff. But ever since she's gotten off birth control and been eating healthy, and she follows this lady, this doctor lady that teaches women how to control their hormones through food they eat.
Yep.
It's been a lot better. But yeah, I would say those three things. She's loyal. She's hot. You said one thing though.
No, take as many as you like.
That's a few. She's funny. Sometimes she thinks her humor is above my head, but sometimes it's just not funny. But whatever. Sorry, babe.
That happens. I live there sometimes.
So that's a few things. What about you?
Yeah, one of the things I love the most about Jeannie is how intensely she loves. I mean, she loves deeply.
Yeah, she's
And
already going to Texas A&M.
Oh yeah. Well, if you don't have kids, it's hard to explain. But
Just let me talk shit.
no. With that being said, I too married a very, very loyal woman, and I think it's awesome. She's also hot. I'm copying all your answers here, but she's one of the things I love that she does that we didn't do a lot of growing up. I mean, we did in some fashion, which was Granny and Papa's and Grandma's for, say, Christmas. But my wife is big in tradition, and she's really taught me the value of creating traditions in this life. So,
Same. I don't know if I'd put it in those terms. She just loves Christmas, and that has spilled over into me.
yeah, and for a long time, like this is the difference between Jeannie and I, especially early on, and another thing I learned from her. We would go to the movies, and I think we could probably we can, whether we agree or not on this. Growing up, going out to eat was not a regular thing. Living with Dad, I mean, I guess if you include classics or something like that, but going out, sitting, having a meal, going to the movies, there were just things that weren't a thing. And so when we would go to the movies, my mindset was, you just need to be happy that you're at the movies. When Jeannie goes to the movies, it's an experience. So even at the Passion of the Christ, she got popcorn and a soda. I'm so offended. How can you do this with Jesus on the screen? But it's an experience for her. And at some point, I had to take a step back and look and go, why not make all these things an experience? Why not live it to its fullest?
Yeah.
And so I took that from her, and I love that about her, that, that's the way she definitely influenced me in that way and brought me over to her side. And it's paid off, with the kids, making life an experience, not you should just be happy that. And there are things where you have to have gratitude, even though things are not perfect, but I really like that about her. You're going to say
Growing
something
up,
else?
my favorite holiday was Thanksgiving because we never got to eat all that food. And then on Thanksgiving, we got to murder a whole plethora of food.
Okay.
And that's where it was at. But now I'd probably say mine's Christmas because I'm all in on that, dude.
Yes,
I'm
you
gay.
are.
I'm gay for Christmas now, bro.
You love Christmas, and for good reason.
I play Christmas music in my car the day after Thanksgiving, all the way through the New Year.
And then you guys have really, dug deep into the decoration. And,
I still owe Jeannie $50 for that damn Santa.
No, that was a free Santa Claus.
Nah, not to her. I told her. I have to keep forgetting. But yeah, we're gonna have that Santa. He's gonna be out.
He'll be out. Is he going to be mooning people, or is he going to remain in his costume?
I'm not gonna.
Well, I wasn't asking.
He'll be in his clothes, man.
Okay, that's good news.
Why are you thinking about Santa Claus's ass?
Because I think it's funny for him to moon people outside of your house.
I don't. I think there's kids out there. Nobody wants to. What are they gonna do? They're gonna dream about Santa's ass now?
I hope not. All right. Oh, I think I spilled over. No, I didn't. No. What's one thing you have learned about yourself after marriage? It could be any point in time. You're coming upon a decade in September, which is awesome.
That I am able to compromise. Because it takes a lot of that, and that shit ain't easy.
That's fair. It does take a lot of
And
compromise.
it's not easy to compromise, but we've got that. We've learned that skill. I just watched The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh my!
Yeah, dude, I was team man until the end, bro. I don't give a damn. Keep them in the camps. Keep them in the camp. Get those adulterant whores out there and make them do your bidding.
I don't know much about that movie. Haven't seen it.
It's a show. It's 6 seasons.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it was a long show.
talk about sacrificing and compromise. I sat through. This is years ago. I sat through La Miserable
Yeah.
with Jeannie so she could see Hugh Jackman take his shirt off and sing. And so I did that, and then when it was time to go see Superman, she didn't want to go, and I reminded her of what I did years ago, and I haven't gotten that one back. Actually, that's probably
Yeah.
not true. I've picked some pretty crappy movies for us to go see over the time.
Yeah, so it comes down to that though. Like we watch a lot of football in the fall, and while she enjoys it some, it's for it's my thing. She likes the Raiders games. Hopefully, after we go watch the Bama game though live, she'll like that too more.
That is life changing.
But she'll sit through that with me, and we'll watch the games. So much Bama basketball yet, but in the off season we try to watch all her gay shows, and I sit through them with her, and I like some of them actually. I didn't fully hate The Handmaid's Tale. I just Canada's where the people go for refuge from America, and I think it's pretty stupid because their GDP couldn't handle it. But it's just a cult takes over America, right? A Jesus cult, and forces all the adulterous women to go and be the commander's baby carriers.
Birthing
they
persons.
Force them to have sex, and these guys are all married, and they have what's called a ceremony. So, and the guys made it up. It's not. It's like they just made it up. We'll call it the ceremony. They did in a room one day somewhere, and so the guy comes in, and the wife's on the bed, and she's holding the handmaid. It basically holds her while the man rapes her. It's like,
It's terrible.
well, these are adulterers, though, so I feel like they kind of got to come. You know what I'm saying? If you're a degenerate, you deserve to get raped.
Well, if you're okay, I would
That's a
never
joke.
defend.
That's a joke.
I know it's a joke. I would never defend adultery, but that's a couple of consenting people deciding to do bad things. That's so I don't think.
But anyways, the writing was so preposterous. I was team man, and I didn't care. Team man.
Team man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't presume I'm going to watch it, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Don't watch it, man.
Although I got to say, you were totally right about Breaking Bad. I waited a long time before I watched that, and that show was crazy.
That's not a woman show either. That's an actual awesome show.
Yeah, it is an awesome show.
But I will say compromise is one of the biggest things I've learned. I think because it takes a lot of that to have a successful marriage.
I agree with you, and here's something that I've learned recently, and this is like over the last 3 months. And Jeannie and I have been doing this podcast for 7 years. I learned that things like compromise and communication, intention, forgiveness, those are all perishable skills. And that if you don't actively employ them, you lose them. And so it's important that, like, I'm not saying that you should compromise so much that you lose yourself and you never get anything that you want. But you do have to actively work these skills, or you will lose the ability to do so. So I would.
The key is to do it equally, so you both get what you want.
Yeah,
and
there is
and one shouldn't be up here and the other down here,
right
on either side.
And
fortunately for us, the communication thing is very easy because we always say what's on our mind. So even if it's something the other person doesn't want to hear, but I mean, after 10 years of marriage, we know each other deeply. So we don't get offended that much these days, I would say, but maybe we did in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have a problem with that because we all you know me, I'm gonna usually say what's on my mind, unless I put a concerted effort towards not doing it. And
that's a fair assessment.
Go ahead. What you were saying?
No, I wanted to. One of the guys that I kind of mentor and counsel from the show, I told him at one point that these are perishable skills, and it's kind of something that just blurted out, and then I had to sit back and think about it, and it truly is the case. And with compromise comes sacrifice, and so if you guys are sacrificing for each other, then there is a time, and there might be times when you're compromising, that you have to compromise more for one party than the other. And what I kind of draw a parallel to that is when one of us have had to have surgery.
Yeah, that's just life stuff that happens. That's
Right.
uncontrollable.
And so you get a lot of practice with that in your day-to-day life when you guys communicate and you compromise and you sacrifice. And then the cool thing is that in some cases you get to try new stuff that you may not have been willing to do, and you get introduced to something new that you might like. So,
Yep,
that's pretty neat.
that happens a lot.
All right. Looking back, what are a few of your best memories about your wedding day? I know that's kind of a chick question, but your wedding day was pretty cool. So what do you think?
I mean, our wedding day was crunk. So it's, I mean, I don't really know. I would say the whole wedding. And then when we came out to the Chicago Bulls song, we were all dancing. We had to pay the DJ to stay longer because everybody was out there dancing. Even some of the white people were out there dancing, bro. It was lit. Like, it takes a lot to get a dance floor full of whiteys. Okay.
That is quite a feat, and I should know.
And they were out there doing it. But just everything, seeing her walk down the aisle, having everybody there, it was a big party. I mean, you were there.
Yes, I was.
And there was a ceremony, but it was lit. I would say the whole thing. It was a great day.
Yeah. What about how we jumped into action to fix that sprinkler that busted open?
Dwayne Milford, you rock, bro. If you ever see any of this stuff, he went to the friggin' what was it, Home Depot or Lowe's, and got the thing to stick over the sprinkler, just like that. Fixed it up.
Yeah,
Party kept going.
It was a great time, and I'm here to tell you, anytime you can get groups of white people on the floor to dance for any consistency, you are great at what you do.
And it wasn't just like.
No, it was good time dancing. And how do I know that? Let me tell you how I know that. My late buddy, Chris Salisbury, was the DJ, and I was his MC. We used to do a lot of church events, DJing. And for whatever reason, predominantly the group was white people. And man, they just weren't a lot of fun.
Caucasian.
Caucasians.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm an exception to the rule because I like to get out there and dance. And my DNA, according to Ancestry.com, it's hard to get any whiter than I am. I mean, there's me and then there's bleach. And that's about the two. That's a comparison. And I'm not joking, man. I am not joking. So anytime you can do that, and that's one of the things I love about the Hispanic culture, is they love to party. And I'm not talking about Mickey Rourke from the Wrestler Party. I'm talking about music, festivities, family, dancing, great food. I love that, I love that about the Hispanic culture. It's awesome.
I agree.
All right.
What about yours?
Yeah, one of the things I love the most is that Papa was still alive when I got married, and he came out and did the ceremony. Him and Aunt Linda came out, so it was really cool, to have them a part of the ceremony. Our DJ was terrible, and so he's not something I'm going to celebrate. He didn't even play the one song that I told him I wanted, which was Sweet Home Alabama. So
your
DJ? Yeah, he was terrible. Jeannie and I both had like 7 people or more standing up, at our wedding, and one of those guys was DJ 404, Chris Salisbury, and I didn't want him to have to work. I wanted him to, enjoy what he was there to do, which was, have fun, celebrate. Another one of the things that I really loved about the wedding day, it was great to have as much of our family there together, but when everybody was leaving and I stood there and looked at Jeannie, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because I was 21 years old. I just was like, we're actually married. It was like the beginning of the new era. And we drove off, to go to Stallion Springs for our honeymoon. And we went in the gas station to use the bathroom. And somebody said, "Oh, can I help you, sir?" And I said, "No, I'm waiting on my wife."
My wife.
Yeah. And I was like, Wow, that was awesome. And then, you know, I really loved the mother son dance. I was sad that Dad did not make it to my wedding, but the mother son dance was really good. It was very emotional. For whatever reason, Mom and I were both boohooing our eyes out, but it was really cool. And so, you know, we enjoyed that. There were a lot of memories made. Final thing that I really loved about it is we wrote our own vows. And so,
I don't even
you
think
know,
we did vows.
you guys did. You did vows.
Oh, we don't remember doing them.
Well, they may have just been, the minister may have wrote the vows.
Okay, yeah,
And
because
so,
we didn't do our own.
yeah, Jeannie and I did our vows, and her late grandmother came up to me because I didn't memorize them. I took out a piece of paper and read them to her, and she came up to me and she's like, you know, you're supposed to memorize those. I said, well, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for telling me. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
One of the funniest things is Papa forgot to tell us that, you know, forgot to tell me to kiss the bride. So I thought that was pretty hilarious.
So you didn't kiss the bride?
I did. I was like, Papa, what about the kiss? He's like, oh yes. It was good. We actually have a VHS.
You did plenty of that.
Oh yeah, we did, and we continue to do so. So yeah, that's there. We did ours at the Palmdale Cultural Center, and it was a god awful looking room. Like,
Who got married in Grandpa's front yard then?
that was Christy.
Oh, okay, yeah. I knew it was somebody. Shit.
I really liked that you got married where y'all lived, and I don't know, the yard. It just seemed to work out really well.
That was pure budgetary forcedness.
Well, it
But
worked.
you know what, man? We made it work. Yeah, we had a taco person,
Oh,
freaking
I
bartender.
here's what I want to do. I'm going to try to do this next year. I want to figure out trying to save up enough money to get a taco truck and a mariachi band and have our own little party.
I was gonna get that pupusa people for the December 13th, but once we bought them Raiders tickets, nope,
I hear you.
that's
I
too
hear
much. It's like we're going to watch the game.
you. Yeah, I'm pretty jacked about that. Okay, looking at, let's see, finally, a regret, a gratitude, and a piece of advice from Josh Moran. What do you got?
Well, I have a regret right now, which is my libido and getting fat again. That's basically my regret. I would say that's probably a regret I'm living now.
Yeah.
A gratitude is you talking about for marriage?
Yeah, marriage, life, whatever.
Just a gratitude is being married, period, and being married to the woman that I'm married to. I mean, I couldn't imagine going to bed without her laying next to me. You know, like,
Yep.
I mean, who wants to sleep in a freaking bed by themselves? Or like we hang out all the time. Like I'd get to play more football, NCAA football, but I'd probably be pretty damn lonely. So I would say that's the biggest gratitude is just having somebody to go through life with, because it damn sure makes it easier.
Yeah, makes it more meaningful, more enjoyable. And,
Yeah. And then at
True.
the end of it, you're gonna hopefully be old and saggy and can barely walk and still be hanging out. That same person.
Yep. Both enjoying those.
I'll have Richardson too, so I'll have an extra.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
news.
Well, that's best friend, not a love interest, but
I thought things might have changed. I was getting concerned.
sure. Yeah, I'm lucky on that aspect too. I would say, but
You really are.
a piece of advice. Let's see. Like I would say, be honest. Don't hold it in. If you always tell what's on your mind with your husband or wife, and because if you hold it in, for one, you're gonna develop some sort of angst towards the other person
Yep.
because maybe they're not picking up on what you're putting down. You're expecting them to do so, and in all honesty, that shit just don't work. Like, because
Right.
we're all different people. Nobody's gonna know what's going on in your own head unless you tell them. So, number one, be honest, and no matter if it's gonna, you can say what's on your mind and tailor it in a way that will hurt the person as least as possible. But at some point, you have to tell them what's on your mind. Otherwise, you're just compromising your own self.
Yep.
And if you're in it for the long haul and it's the person you think it is that you married, then telling them the truth you'll get through it. You'll be okay. Another one is the compromise thing. Always be willing to compromise as hard as it is, because you can't just get your way all the time and the other person can't get their way all the time. It's a cohesive unit. You got to both get what you want out of it. And if you're not, you got to try to work towards that.
That's right.
So I would say those are the two biggest pieces of advice. And the third one is have fun.
Yes.
Fart around each other. Burp. Take shits in front of each other. Just make jokes about it. Have a good time. Have lighthearted moments. Because there's going to be a lot that don't.
That's right. That's actually brilliant advice, and just to speak on each of them for a moment. Jeannie and I developed this tactic, which we're from the South, obviously, but there's something in the South called saying it ugly, and so we developed a tool called Saying It Ugly, where you basically get a free pass to say what you need to, and then you get an opportunity to clean it up. If your spouse didn't hear you say what you meant, it's like, just take the reins off and say what's on your mind, and then we'll work through it to get to whatever the point is. So, free pass, mulligan, whatever you want to call it. We call it the say it ugly and clean it up method. And it's really worked for us. It's really worked well. So, I think that's excellent advice. The compromise, check that box. Life is more meaningful when you sacrifice. Like, when you make sacrifices, you're intentionally deferring to someone else because their joy and their wants and needs and desires matter. So I think that's great. And your third piece of advice, which was 3 or 4, have fun. Life is. Sometimes I just take life too seriously. Sometimes.
Nah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'm aware of it. Even like with my career, if I'm looking to, maybe take another role, it's like I think about it like it is so crucial that I've got to make the perfect decision. And then I kind of take a step back and say, maybe it's not as important as everything else. And which that's perspective that I can totally appreciate, because, I don't know. I guess that's the way I'm
with
wired.
taking things serious, but you gotta have some fun too.
And lots of fun we do have. So,
yeah.
All right, man. Any final thoughts for this particular Moran Brothers Talking Life, Marriage, and Great Crap?
Not really. Just had a good time. I'll come back on at some point, and we can talk more. Hopefully by then I've lost some weight, and I'm not hovering around the same weight like a fat ass.
I started doing my Moran Brothers videos again a while back, and it was funny because I was like, how many weeks has it been? Because every time we do solo cam, it's like week whatever. Not that you could ever get the weeks right, which is probably on purpose because it was funny. I
just didn't know.
When I got back to it, it was like week 798. And I was
since then?
Yeah. And I was wow. That's how long 15 years is, 798 weeks.
Yeah, dude, I'm about to turn 25, or 45, 25,
Here it
45.
comes. Yes.
So in 15 years, I'll be 60. You got to get busy living, bro. Not you. I'm just saying, like, damn, where'd the time go?
Yep.
You hear all the old parts say it when you're younger, but you don't really get it until you've lived it.
Well, I heard a podcast from one of the guys I really love to listen to. His name's Ed Milet. He did a whole episode on why time goes by faster. And he said he talked about it for a lot of years, and then finally there was some scientific research that came out. But when you do the same thing all the time, then your mind kind of gets in, what the heck did he say? It kind of gets in...
co-pilot mode or some shit? Like
something like that. And he said when you force yourself to do new things, even like brushing your teeth with the other hand, it forces your mind to slow down, thus creating more time. So if you go out to have new experiences, go to different places to eat, I don't know, go visit places you've never been, authentically, it forces your brain to slow down, and so time begins to last longer because you're creating new experiences.
I've tried something with my left hand before, but it didn't work out. It felt weird, so I stopped.
Now look, listen, this is serious. You just got done earlier defaming adulterers, and here you are being an adulterer.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Does your right hand know what your left hand was doing?
Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters. 4 sisters, right?
That you're showing our age. You know what was hilarious at Oak Grove? I don't know if Coach Ashcraft ever did this to y'all, but he would say, "Okay, boys, we know if you're masturbating because hair grows on your palms."
Oh, he did it, and everybody looked.
Yeah, and it was like, ah!
I'll tell you what else he did. He hit the freaking counter with a hammer and broke part of it off. He was pissed off one day.
I could see that.
That man was Jekyll and Hyde.
He was. He was a lot of fun, though.
Oh, yeah. That was fun, yeah.
In the driver's education trailer, that little narrow trailer, I don't know how many gallons of spray, like aerosol spray, went through. I must have had a gas problem or something. It was pretty funny because he was constantly shh.
No, he was
that.
drinking.
Why would he need that to cover up
Alcohol?
drinking? Yeah, he's in the
I
back
thought
of
you
the
were talking
trailer.
about air spray.
No, not. It's like Glade or air freshener.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, he always had a mint in too. I shouldn't even be talking about him.
Yeah, let's scrap that part. We'll talk about that.
But you're about to do an Oak Grove podcast. That shit's gonna come out, bro. I mean,
It just might. It just might.
I mean, let's be honest though. I mean, he smelled like Doctor. What's his name that did our surgeries?
Yeah, Dr. Autry. Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
Screw you, Dr. Autry. I hope you're watching this, you bastard. You owe me some freaking money.
I think
I
we
hope
need to
you're
send him a
dead.
letter too. When we draft up the Steven Crowder letter, we're drafting up the one for Dr.
Like,
Autry.
he
too.
legit fucked both of us up. The same guy.
Yeah, well, he's consistent.
Dad, why didn't you try a new hospital?
I don't know, man. Bad news. All right, any final thoughts?
Sorry for my language, Dad, if you actually watch this, which you probably won't, but whatever, sorry.
I don't think Dad watches the program, so it's okay.
He might tune in for a few minutes if he sees both of us on it, and then once he hears a cuss word, he gone.
He might be.
No, I don't have any extra words. I've been saying them the whole time, but it was fun, and I look forward to doing it again. And, success is wished upon you.
Thanks, man. Well, I'm glad to have you on the program. Glad we finally did it. I was able to see it through to get it done in July, which is awesome. So I had a good time, and I really like those questions that I kind of came up with. And I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think they were challenging, but at the same time, a lot of fun to ask our wives. So if you want a copy of that, I'll email it over to you, and you.
If Melly watches this, I'm gonna hear about the girlfriend video. So I appreciate you once again for that.
Well, if you've heard about it before, I had no idea. I mean, she's. I don't know. She's there.
She is there. Yeah.
But for
she's AJ McCarron.
She is, and everybody's AJ McCarron.
We're all AJ.
I'm AJ McCarron, and I approve any message by AJ McCarron. Oh, that's funny.
I love AJ McCarron.
Me too,
he's
dude.
My favorite player of all time.
He is great, man. He is great,
and he's really good on that podcast. I've seen the clips. I just don't listen to the podcast.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to listen to. Trent does a great job on there, and I listen to Chris
Trent's
Stewart.
A failure.
He is not. I listen to Stewart. Well, what do you? No, I'm not even going to get into it. And I think I'm a lot like him.
Chris Stewart,
always-
he's awesome.
I'm always trying to keep things on the rails, if you will. But you know, the guys they really get into it, and they were talking about media days the other day, and he was like, "All right, AJ, what conversations did Coach Saban have with you before you went into media days to tell you what you could and couldn't say?" But it's good. There's all kinds of memories.
You want to hear something cool? Listen to the basketball broadcast of Chris Stewart calling a game.
I think I've heard that. I think he's really good.
I used to listen to it when they didn't have him on TV. I listened to him, but he's great.
Oh, radio.
Yes,
Radio.
the radio.
No, I
he does
haven't.
the radio.
I hadn't heard it, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right, dude. That's it. So
All right.
we will see you next time.
Roll Tide, man. Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Roll Tide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this particular episode. We got Moran brothers talking life, marriage, and great crap. Lots of fun there. Josh is always going to bring the fun. That's just the way it is. So I'm glad you got an opportunity to hear him, learn a little bit about his story. If you are struggling with anything related to substance abuse, or you're in that part of your life, email Quincy at mvsmpodcast.com. And I can get advice from Josh in order to help you out. I'll have to ask him if he would want to be contacted directly. But he does have a journey, a testimony that he's overcome, and very proud of him for where he is in his life. So before you go, make sure you use that email, Quincy at mvsmpodcast.com. Go check out QuincyMoran.com, which is where we have all our brands. It's a newly renovated with all the designs. I recast the designs and only put things up there that I would actually wear. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And it's great to, I wore one of the new shirts out to the gym, and lo and behold, a guy asked me about the podcast, and that's what they're going to do. So get out there with your shirt on, and when people ask you, just simply give a positive word about your testimony and about how this program has impacted you. But that is all for now. For Josh Moran, my name is Quincy Moran, a.k.a. the Q-Dog, a.k.a. the Q-Diggity Dog. And this is Man vs. Marriage, the podcast.